Hey there, folks. I'm Joe Crawford, and pretty much every day I go to CSSBattle.dev, do the daily target, and record myself doing it. My goal is to get to 100% and write as little CSS as possible. This is Code Golf. Check it out, CSSBattle.dev. Here we go. Oh, hey, look at that. We get a lot in common here. The interesting bit is this bit, right? That's the interesting bit. All right, how do we do this? Let's make two elements. I think we make two elements. I think that's the way. So two paragraph elements that are going to be very, very, very similar. So let's put green on that. Yes. Move the margins here. And we've got a linear gradient that goes from 90 degrees. It starts at white, goes to transparent, goes to this blue color, and then goes to transparent again. And that's up against the left side, and it's 100 pixels wide or something. Sure, something along those lines. This also has a border radius. Could it be our friend 1 inch, which is 96 pixels? A commenter whose name, I never know what I'm going to say on these things. And so sometimes I say, oh, I want to say that person's name. But look at the comments from day before yesterday, I think. We got smart people who make comments, and I appreciate them every time. You don't have to like and subscribe, but I appreciate those of you who do. It's pretty cool. All right. So we're making elements here. 0, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. Okay. So I've made two of these things. Now, the tricky bit, right, is that we have the extra part here. So that's really interesting, right? I think I can use. So I'm gonna just by definition, I'm gonna put this in a variable var. G. We'll call it G for gradient, and I'll put it in. So here we go. Dash dash G, it becomes that thing, and then we get to use it. Great. All right, so let's add some color stops to that guy. 40 pixels, 0. So it needs to be wider than that, of course. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we need what? 10 pixels? Or 100 pixels rather. And then 0, 120 pixels. 130, 120. And then 0. So that's pretty good. We need it to have a width. Boom. Is it 200 pixels wide? So not quite right. How about 150, 60, 50, 40, 30? All right, does that do it? Okay, that kind of does it. So what do we need to do to make this work? Well, if we set a variable, var x, we'll call it, or white, and then, or transparent, then we can, what can we do? What does that get us? Well, if I set dash dash x and I say, that's white. Oh, it doesn't work, does it? No, it does not. So the one can't inherit from the other. So that's not what we want. So this was a bad idea. Let's undo that. Nuke that, replace that here, and make this white. Is there a clever way to do just that little bit? Maybe. If we add another one, And then we mask the middle one, put a B attribute on it. Okay, so to do that, what goofy thing will we do? Let's overlay these. So let's make 3, and we'll have the third one be in the second position. Is this a bad idea? Maybe. 6, 7, 9, 100, 110, 105, 100. There it is. Okay. So now I have what I intend. Is it going to work well? I don't know. But for B, if we do a mask, we say mask, linear gradient. So red of 40 pixels to transparent and at 90 degrees. So you can kind of see that happening already, 0. And then we move it over. That almost works. So that's kind of what we're getting at there. Is it 30 pixels? Yeah. So that's 30 pixels width. So now we have 3 elements, and we're masking off the extra parts of this. That's kind of clever. I'm sure there's a better way. So let's trim the pieces off of this. That's kind of a goofy solution. So let's get rid of that. Minify, unit replace, submit. Oh, and I guess I could have also done that. And then a final submission. So maybe the better solution is to not bother at all with so let's just start from scratch. Why make it easy on ourselves? All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set these margins here, remove that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that middle bit with a conic gradient, because that is my favorite of all the gradients. Conic gradient at 20 pixels, 50% or something. So big, long, and wide, green, 75%, and then this blue color, 0. And then we move it over with positioning, 180 pixels, 40 pixels, something like that. That's how we move it around. Do we have the numbers right? Probably not. Let's further over. 190, great. Lower, 5, 6, 7, 65. And it needs to be taller. Is it 60%? 55? 56, 57, 58. How about 200Q? Too tall. 180. 180Q. 180Q, we'll take that. All right. Now that we've got that, now let's do, this is a linear gradient, which is 90 degrees and white, 100 pixels, and then transparent at 0, and it's 120 pixels wide or something like that. Those numbers are all wrong. Sorry. I'm going to put black on the background so I can see it. So now we need to set our margins, get the numbers right again, because I didn't save any of my code from before, because I just kind of think that I'll be able to do it. All right, 80. There we go. All right, so border radius, 1 inch. Great. Create another one. Great. And make that black. Get rid of that black. And give a minus 10, 40, 50, 60. Something along those lines. No, that's too much. That's too much. 55, 50, 55. There it is. Okay, and then that, we're not quite right there, are we? No, we're not quite right. We need that to be 90. And then this is wider, 130. Yeah, I think that's right. So we'll submit that and make sure we're at 100%. So that's the alternate way, is to just do the white with the pills, lozenges, the tubes, minify, unit replace, trim off a few extra characters. I did the unit replace, yes, I did, and submit. And that's another way to do it. Anything else? Any other ways? I don't think there's a great argument to be made for, and that is a better score. I don't think there's a great argument to be made for doing this with box shadows because of the irregular shapes and the back the oddness is there. I also don't think it's a great idea to do this necessarily with um, the quad template, which does a 4-way. Even though I do think that it is symmetrical on all all 4 dimensions, 2 dimensions, up and down, two ways. Yeah, that's it. That's fun. That was a fun one. I enjoyed that, and this was more efficient. So less complicated gradients. Even though I am doing a conic gradient there, right? I like a conic gradient. You can also do a linear gradient. What's the linear gradient look like there? You have to set the repeat to none, basically, is the deal there. So you do green, 20 pixels, transparent, and it's got to be at 90 degrees, right? And we move it over 100, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 200, 190. Great. Set it to be 100% wide, and then what did we say? 200, 190Q? I can't remember the number now. 190Q, no repeat. Was it 180Q? Some number like that. I can never remember the numbers. And then we put the green background color. So that's another syntax that'll get that. So that's a linear gradient that's tightly constrained. Probably there'd be a way to set that with so let's minify and unit replace on that, which gets us a few fixed numbers, but I don't think it's shorter in this case. Yeah, that's not better than the conic gradient. Still, it's another way to do it. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you following along. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Go make a webpage. I'll be doing this again tomorrow. Again, I do this pretty much every day. I really enjoy doing it. I guess I'm a vlogger, which is just a blog with V for video, which is silly. But again, don't like it. Don't subscribe. It's fine. I will do this whether or not anyone's watching, and maybe I'll watch them back myself. But anyway, take care of yourselves. Bye.